Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, it's time for another vid. Alright, we had that missing time. Last vid I showed you was ISWA went down on 12/2/02/02, 28 seconds. Well, I looked at it yesterday and it actually did come back up yesterday, but I really didn't feel like making a video. This is getting kind of wearisome for me actually, but there wasn't anything earth-shattering to report, so I figured I'd put it off till the morning. But anyway, so it actually they when it did come back up, it went from 12/2/02/02/28, and it went up to about 12/04 something, and that's when it cut out, and this is where it came back on. Unfortunately, I didn't get up early enough to catch that 12/02 to 12/04 run, and then you, and then show you the actual stoppage. But take my word for it, came back up for a couple hours. They gave us a couple more hours from the 12/02/02/28 when it last cut off, which I showed you on the last video a couple days ago. Give us a couple more hours, and then it cut off, and this is where it picked back up the next day, 12/03/15/13. So that's about another 11-hour. Well, let's see, 12/02/04, 12/03/04. That would make 24 hours plus 11. So went down for about 35 hours this time. The last time it went down, a few days prior to that, it was down for 2.5 days, 60 hours. So, I mean, they're getting pretty good at shutting this thing down whenever things are looking too hairy. And actually, on this run, if you'll notice, they're even taking the time to shut it down. Like, for instance, here, 12/03/1836. Let's see what it looks like over here at 12/03/1836. I guess I better pull it over a little bit. Try to get all this stuff in the viewing range. 12/03/1836. Okay, so there's 18. So we got the chevrons again. So there's chevrons. They mean something. Things are starting to get hairy when those chevrons appear, in my humble opinion, from just casual observation. So 12/03/1836, and then it jumps to 12/03/2018. So that's almost 2 hours. This runs in like 4-minute increments. So you can see then we get the big discharge, which always seems to follow these time gaps. There it is there. Look at the solar wind speed. Nothing crazy. Got seven something there. But watch this gradients here. We're still getting a lot of stuff thrown at us via that big planet out in front. It's like slingshotting solar wind at us somehow. So you can see the solar wind didn't go crazy. We had one other gap around 00. There it is, 0022, 26, 27. Then went to 0106. So that's like 33, 39 minutes missing there. And we once again we get the big discharge. So there it is here. Yeah. And it seems like normally I run in 4-minute increments, but when something's about to happen, they'll run it one more minute. So they're obviously seeing this thing real time all the time. We're only getting 4 minute slices. So see, it only jumps 1 minute from 026. And of course, the seconds are rolling along too. 02609, 02705, and then it jumps to 106 during 39. So I mean, they have the luxury of watching this thing 24/7, second by second, real time. So you could see that there. Those were the only two chunks I noticed. But if you I mean, just watch what's going on out in front of the plant. You can see all these waves of energy coming through. And of course, the interplanetary magnetic field lines. And I noticed that we got some that are pretty much lining up with the planet, and we almost have like a constant connection, it would appear. In addition to all the ones that are piling up out in front. We'll start at the beginning of the run. Here's Nemesis, interplanetary magnetic field lines trying to creep in underneath the 40 Earth radii, and all these got to be Nemesis, interplanetary magnetic field lines, trying to grab our planet, basically. And the planet's trying to fight it off, in my humble opinion. And there we got the one gap. Notice these gaps here and how the polar cap field lines get darker. Well, look, that's a big one there. So planets garnering strength, and then these black field lines, polar cap field lines, double back onto the planet, and they become closed, which is when they turn red, and then it get up enough energy to blow away some of this plasma and stuff coming from Nemesis. So there's the gap. So something must have happened pretty hairy for them to pull out those 30 some minutes. You could see Nemesis making the inroads. Wow, it's way down to almost 20 Earth radii. It's getting closer. Either that or the connection is getting stronger between the Earth and Nemesis due to this big planet out in front. So here's ACE the last 7 days. Here's the phi angle. You could see up until about 1201, we were getting pretty much, not steady, but predominant connection with backside connection was showing up. And then once 1201 rolled around, we started getting that front side connection from sun to the earth or earth to the sun. But I think it's all via this big planet. So, I mean, this big planet's in play, there's no doubt. You can see the field lines bunching up in front of the Earth. I'll just leave it play for a minute. So, here's the point. I think they're all three connected together. The sun, the big planet, well, all four actually. The sun, the big planet, our sun, the big planet in front of our Earth, which passed on October 16th and been headed our way ever since. And then Nemesis. So, I mean, it fluctuates, but I think at some points we are all connected together. I'm not saying all the time, but we're all connected together. And you can see here, here's the real-time solar wind on Discover, 1 day, 24 hours. There's the phi angle, which indicates whether it's a front side or back side connection to the Earth. So I'm going to say, since they moved this graph from 0 to 360, from up to 40 to 400, 0 would be the new 40 would be the new 0. So that means make 220 the new 180 and 400 the new 360. So if you follow me what I'm saying, here's the solar ham tutorial. Here's the phi angle. So the new 0 is 40. So if it's 40 degrees, that means the connection is pointing from the Earth to the Sun. And if it's 180 degrees, or 220, that would be the new 180, indicates the Sun to Earth connection. Why? I mean, it can't be more than 360 degrees in a circle, right? So that stands to reason why they bumped that up to 4,300. Or it could have something to do with the declination or inclination of where Nemesis is relative to the Earth and the Sun too. It could be 40 degrees off, maybe. That's a possibility. I'm not sure. But anyway, these things here, they went down to 12:1. You can see this is about when a big surge of energy came in. This is where the backside connection, or the backside bow shock, got pressed all the way down below the geosynchronous orbit, and that's when a huge injection of energy came in. And then at that point, 12:1, 12:2, they took this one down, and it didn't come back up till 12:4, which is when, so something happened in here with energy wise, but I don't think it's that super important, because the ionized energy, I don't think it's penetrating our atmosphere. But don't be surprised if you see more purple skies, which would indicate ionized nitrogen. Here's MLSO yesterday. They didn't sanitize it, because when they do, all these big ass planets show up. There's one there, there's one there. So they'd rather let us see all this stuff flying around than to show us the, could be the whole Nemesis Nibiru system out front there. 7 planets and moons and whatnot. I don't know, but they used to always sanitize these things. So you could see, they'd rather let us see this stuff flying around than to let us see how many big planets are actually out there now and showing up on this MLSO shot. Here's Earthquake 3D. This is on the D-Cut. This is a free download. Just go to earthquake3d.net or Wolton, WOLTON.net, and you get a free download. This is just a $20 upgrade, which gives you the depth of the earthquakes indicated by being raised off the planet. But this is just the last 48 hours on Earthquake 3D. And this, I like this D one. I'm punching that up because it shows the fault lines pretty much. So that's pretty cool. There's 7 days there. So guys, avail yourselves of the description, all the links I put in the description box, and definitely check out the comments and view the reply because I gotta hide a lot of stuff under the replies. Okay, running out of time. God bless, peace, and I'm out.